to my channel. My name is Jenny and this is Jeni Knits and Crochet. Here we talk all about crochet and knitting, although it's been very crochet heavy so far. If you haven't seen my previous videos, for the last month I was making my son a bird watching themed cardigan, and the last video has just recently gone up where I reveal the cardigan. So if you haven't seen the previous episodes to that, please go and watch those, and you get to kind of see like the design process and working on this cardigan. So, but if you haven't seen those, please go and check those out. But anyway, thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are going to be working on teacher gifts. So I literally finished working on Edward's bird themed cardigan, and then literally Thursday night I was like, I'm gonna make his teacher a little gift. So every year since nursery, one of the mums who is a teacher, she doesn't teach at his school, she teaches at another school, she kind of rallies all the mums together. We all put some money in and she organises a really lovely gift for the teachers. So she does like these really nice personalised like cards and bits and bobs, and gets a big bunch of flowers, and we'll give that to the teacher. But I just feel like it'd be really nice if I could make his teacher something sort of a little bit special, because he's come on such a long way since being in her class. So that is what I decided to do. I found a little tutorial on YouTube, which I'll link below, for like a little star plushie. I need to put a little mouth on this one, and then he's also got a TA, so I was like, right, okay, probably shouldn't ignore her, so I'm going to make her one. And then Daisy's, obviously her nursery year is ending, although she's not leaving her nursery, because even though she'll be 4 in September, she's not old enough to go into a reception class yet, so she'll still be in nursery next year. But I thought it might be nice to kind of get like crochet her teachers like little gifts as well. So I'm basically making 4 of these little star plushies. I've doubled up this yellow DK yarn. This one was actually made with a 4mm hook, and this one was a 5. I think the 5mm hook one just looks a little bit better, so a bit more kind of like squishy. I think they're really, really cute. I think with some chenille yarn or velvet yarn or something like that, they'll be like really nice little cuddly plushies. Daisy has requested that I make her one in purple at some point. I have started work on number 3. This should hopefully be finished quite soon. It doesn't actually take that long to do. So yeah, the plan is to make 4 in total for all of the teachers and TAs, and then get those gift bagged ready for the kids to give to their teachers tomorrow, because tomorrow is last day of term, which I can't believe has come round so soon. Like how are they both finishing in like a day? How is it summer holidays? Like, where has this year gone? We've got some really exciting things planned over the summer holidays. We're actually going camping for 3 nights, and then we're back home for a couple of days, and then we're off to Devon for a week, which will be really, really fun. So I might do a little bit of a vlog while we are sort of like camping and maybe on holiday. I will be taking projects away with me, so stay tuned to see what those will be. And then I thought, while we're talking about teacher gifts, just show you kind of like this little book. So this is Whimsical Stitches by Lauren Epps SP. I'm really sorry if that's wrong. And then I kind of thought maybe it might be quite nice, probably next year now, had I thought about doing the teacher gifts a little bit sooner than I did. I could have done them as little flowers. So they've got some really lovely patterns in here. And let me just... So I thought maybe next year, if I think ahead in time, I might make their teachers these little flower pots. I think they're really cute. You can probably get some little pots quite cheap. And I don't think they would take too long to do. Might be a little bit different, something they can kind of keep, they can have in school. But in this book there's so many things that you could do. These like little cookies, so they have like a whole bakery themed, like baked goods, which is actually a really cool little idea if you've got young children and they've got like a little kitchen set, which we've got, but they've got so much stuff anyway, so it's pointless me making them these. But if you're that way inclined and you want to make kids like a little tea set, a little cake set, I think this is really, really cool. And then they have, there's just so many things. I've made Edward like this little not octopus, jellyfish before. That's actually really easy and a really cute little make to do. He was off sick a while ago with chicken pox. He was feeling very, very sorry for himself, so I had made him this jellyfish. And again, that's something really easy to make. I wasn't allowed to put the face on it because jellyfish don't have face apparently, so his one doesn't have a face. But I just think they're really cool. You could definitely do them in some like more plushy yarn and make them really cute and squishy. So I think eventually I'm going to work my way through this and just make little plushies. So yeah, my plan of action is just to settle down, watch a little bit of YouTube, finish this start, and then maybe do a bit of tidying up. We had Ed's party at the weekend and I spent all of Saturday morning tidying the house from top to bottom, making sure it's really tidy. Obviously that is just a fool's game, tidying when you're having a party. You should just leave your house looking like a mess, because that is what it's going to be like when it's finished. So our living room was absolutely trashed. Daisy's room was trashed. Ed's room was okay. I don't think any of the kids went in there, but yeah, I now need to try and catch up a little bit on all of that. And do some washing. Okay, so yeah, let's go settle down. I have a really delicious cronut from Lidl. These are amazing, but they are so good. I've got my cup of tea, which has probably gone cold now to be fair. So a nice little treat and a cup of tea. Yeah, let's go and get cozy and do some crochet. Here we go, so I've just finished another one of these little stars. I've just got one more to make, so they're quite quick and easy to do. I'm a bit concerned about the safety eyes though. I feel like when I was putting the backs on, they could probably pop off quite easily, so I might have to start hot gluing them down when I move on to making sort of like more plushies sort of in the future. But I think for teachers' gifts, it's because they're not kids, it's not going to make it's not going to be a big problem. But he's so cute. So I've just got to pop on a little bit of blush here and a little smile, and I think that'll be a really sweet little gift. One thing also that I forgot to mention is that I need to wrap up a baby gift. One of the girls, actually we've got a few girls at work that are pregnant at the moment, but Wednesday will be my last day with one of them, because she will be going on maternity, I think on the 6th of August, and I will be on holiday as of the 1st of August, so I need to wrap up her little baby gift and give that to her on Wednesday when I see her. So I think I'll do that with you in a little while. Got a little bit more time before I've got to go up on the school run, so I'm going to start the points. So the idea, so with this pattern you do all the little points first, and then on the 5th point you don't cut the yarn. So basically you make 4 points, and then you make a 5th point, and then you attach them all together and then kind of crochet like in a round, decreasing it towards the center to create these little stars. Like I said, I'll link that pattern below, or the tutorial should I say, down below, because it's actually really easy and quite quick to do. Yeah, so we're going to move on to the last and final star. Hopefully that won't take too long to do, and then I can get those quickly wrapped up and popped into little gift bags, ready to give to the teachers tomorrow. what it is that I made. So the couple, so it's actually one of our, so I work in an optician's, and our dispensing optician and one of our optoms are married, and they are the ones that are having a baby. So they've chosen not to find out what it is that they're having. So that obviously can be a little bit difficult if you don't know the gender. So I made them a little cardigan. I opted just for a plain white baby cardigan. I've made this pattern before. It's a free one by Jeni and Michelle. It's really easy. It's made with just a garter stitch and this really cute little tie detail. It's really just soft and cozy. And I had kind of like, if I knew what they were going to have, I was going to kind of do some like applique to go on it and make it a little bit more, I suppose, special. But as they didn't want to find out, I've just opted for a plain white little cardigan. And then to go with it, I made this little bear, who I think is really cute. You would have seen it probably before. I made a white one for one of my son's friends at school. This is the first one that I made, and as you can tell, the ears are a little bit different because I didn't quite understand the pattern, what it was asking me to do, and then I worked it out second time round. They kind of have this little round like shape. They look a little bit more like a mouse's ears. I don't know, I think it's quite cute actually. So I've made them these two little things. So I'm just going to get those all wrapped up now, but I wanted to show you before I got all of those wrapped up. Sky, guys, I'm not sure if you can see it, but there is a really faint rainbow, and we're having a little bit of a storm at the minute. Oh, I'm not sure if you can hear that. Good morning, guys. It's the next day and we managed to complete doing all of our little crochet stars. So I've wrapped all of them up apart from this one. I thought I'd just show you like the one that I've got left to do. I'm really happy with how these little stars have all turned out, and I hope you kind of enjoyed the little tutorial on how to do just the little smiles. I know a lot of the common ones are like those little V-shaped smiles, but this one just kind of gives a nice little round smile rather than that V. And I hope it's kind of like easy enough to follow. I'm quite a visual learner, so I like really watching people do things. It helps me learn and understand. So I hope that helped anyone who was interested. So I've just wrapped them up in this paper, and I got these little bags as well. These are like reusable gift bags. I got those off of Temu. I bought loads for Edward's birthday party, and I had 4 left over, which worked out absolutely perfect. So we're just going to get those wrapped up, and so that the kids can give those to their teachers today. I can't believe it's the last day of term. Does any other mum get kind of emotional? I think particularly because it's primary school, and obviously the kids have the same teacher throughout the whole of like their year, and Ed last night was getting a little bit emotional at the fact that he's not going to have the same teacher going into year 2, and that's so understandable because she was such a lovely teacher, and he's done so well. But yeah, does any other mum get a little bit emotional by this? I mean, I did, for sure. The end of that's the end of today's vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and think about subscribing as well. We're all about knitting and crochet over here. Yeah, so thank you again for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.